Who makes the 53 running back edition? Go ahead and play the intro. Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. You see the thumbnail. Who makes the 53 running back edition? And to be honest, this might be the easiest video out of the series. I think the main question about the running back room is how many running backs we keep. I think that's the main thing. People pretty much have an idea. If you say, okay, we keeping 3 running backs, people have an idea of who those 3 running backs are going to be. If we keep 4 running backs, everybody has a sigh of relief, and we all know who those 4 running backs are going to be. And for me personally, I'm going to keep it real easy. I'm going to give you an answer right now. I think we keep 4 running backs. I absolutely believe that we can keep 4 running backs. And I know everybody, well, what about the wide receivers? What about the tight ends? Are we keeping 3 quarterbacks? We'll get into that a little bit later when I get to those positional rooms. But I'm telling you right now, for me, my opinion is that the New York Giants do keep 4 running backs. Now, the order of these running backs, as far as running back by committee and how many snaps people are getting, that is still up for debate, and that's what the preseason is for. Luckily for us, we did not see Devin Singletary at all, because out of all the running backs in the room, he's a vet. He's proven. We got a pretty good idea of what he really is, Devin Singletary. But it was question marks for Tracy. We knew he was explosive in college. We knew he was the bigger of all the backs. When it came to Eric Gray, I had an idea of what he was in college. Really didn't get a lot of carries last year. Big question mark. And then Dante Miller was a small school guy, had the whole, is he eligible to be drafted or not situation going on. Good story, good nickname, 4.2 speed, but we didn't really know exactly what we were getting. We saw in practice that these guys could be fireworks, this, that, and the third, and Eric Gray ended up being the guy that was kind of pushed to the side. Well, everybody, we got to see Dante Miller. And I told everybody, pump the brakes. You really can't judge running backs off of practice, because in practice, you don't get tackled all the way to the ground. It's all about thud. And what do running backs do? Break tackles. The good ones do. And you really can't see that until you're actually in a real game. And we saw yesterday, all 3 of those running backs, Tracy, Gray, Miller, had quality snaps, quality carries, and actually showed all of the quality and skills that they had in that game. Outside of Dante Miller breaking a long run, it was almost there. It got really close. He was like one broken tackle away from being off to the races. But for Tyrone Tracy, we saw his quickness. We saw how tough he runs. We saw him being able to break tackles. For Eric Gray, we saw that he was downhill, one cut, get up the field. We saw that Dante Miller did show his burst and speed in certain runs. But at the end of the day, we really didn't get a chance to see him break a long run. So outside of that, man, when I really think about this running back room and what we lost with Saquon Barkley, but what we gained, so addition by subtraction, if you want to call it that, you have a stable of runners that all bring a little bit of something different to the table. But as a group, they give you everything that you need, in my opinion. And again, we're only 1 preseason game in, but just thinking about practice, training camp, and what we've seen. And when it comes to Eric Gray, we can say, it was just a preseason game. We saw Eric Gray in opportunities against the Miami Dolphins last year and also against the Philadelphia Eagles, where he showed that same quality. Downhill, one cut, and get out of there. And that's exactly what he is. And you need that type of running back in this committee. When it comes to Tyrone Tracy, he's all around explosive guy. He can break a long run. He can get you the tough yards as well. You need that guy in your stable. Devin Singletary, quality vet, has proven it before, can do a little bit of everything. Dante Miller, a guy that is taking advantage of every opportunity, or needs to take advantage of every opportunity he's been getting, and he's done that so far. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I think you keep 4 running backs. And again, as far as the order of who gets the ball first after Devin Singletary. Right now, I think you saw it last night. You saw Tyrone Tracy running with the ones yesterday, which really was the twos. You saw Eric Gray come in after that, and then you saw Dante Miller playing cleanup. I don't know what happened to the guy that we signed from UFL, but he didn't. As far as I remember, he didn't play. I haven't watched the game a second time yet, but I don't remember seeing him. But again, I think it's already a done deal when it comes to these running backs, barring any kind of injury or anything like that. Prayers up for that these guys stay healthy. I think you keep all 4 running backs, man. I think that's just a smart thing to do. Now, if you guys have questions about, if we keep 4 running backs, what are you going to do with the tight ends and the wide receivers? Listen, I already told you guys I think that 3 tight ends make the roster, and I think that 6 wide receivers make the roster. Could there be 7 wide receivers? Possibly so. Could there be 4 tight ends? I really think that's a slim chance that you're getting 4 tight ends on the roster. But that also depends what happens with the quarterback. If you're carrying 2 or if you're carrying 3. And right now, I don't think there's a set 2 for the quarterback room right now. You did pay Drew Lock, guaranteed money, $5 million on a year for the 1-year deal. Tommy DeVito doesn't really cost you much money at all. But it's a true decision, because what we saw yesterday, if I'm going off of what I saw yesterday and just off of training camp and stuff like that, I think it should be an open competition at quarterback too. Maybe that's just the Jersey in me. Maybe that's just me being biased for the Italian out of New Jersey, but it is what it is. We do have another preseason game coming up against the Texans. The way that Dable said it in the post, well, I guess in the locker room, basically guys are going to play next week. I'm assuming all of the starters are going to play next week, and hopefully they play some quality time as well. Maybe a whole quarter, maybe 4 to 5 series, which could be like a whole quarter, maybe a whole half. We'll see what happens. It depends on the results that we get. But again, we talking about the running backs. I'm going on the tangent. Let me bring it right back. Let me know what you guys think about the running back room. Let me know what you guys would do as far as how many running backs we keep, and let me know which running backs you would keep. And also, if you want to even get a little bit more down to the nitty-gritty, let me know your order as far as the depth chart goes when it comes to what player is behind Devin Singletary. I got a good idea what a lot of you guys might think, but I'm just curious to see what you guys say. But that's going to be the video. Again, this is quick. This is easy. Who's going to make the 53? My prediction, 4 running backs make the 53. Devin Singletary, Tyrone Tracy, Eric Gray, Dante Turbo Miller. All 4 guys make the 53. And that's the episode. So I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And for one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.